Alright, so welcome back to 2-Bit Game Club's Let's Play of Deus Ex. Building up to our podcast at the end of the month, we'll be talking about the game, and you'll be able to send in questions, thoughts, and we'll be talking about them during the podcast. If you haven't played Deus Ex or want to see me play Deus Ex, then that's what this whole thing's about. Anyway, I just played the training, graded myself, now we're gonna start the actual game. I don't know. Sure. Oh, I get to make a character. Oh, there's choices. Oh, I can train her on... Okay. So I know how to use a pistol and a rifle. And... lockpicking, medicine, swimming... trained. Alright, so I can swim faster. Probably what? Heal better. Lockpicking... Whenever I get presented with the level up screen, I always want to just pick whatever just sounds like gives me the most new options. So I don't know, like swimming slightly faster, you know, healing slightly faster, lockpicking slightly faster. Okay. See, like, there's an interesting difference between, like, the new game and this one, is that in New Deus Ex, which I played, you unlock things. Like, you go from someone who can't do things to someone who can do things. A lot of these are, like, you can already do everything, you just get better. Which may mean the difference between, like, you know, maybe without trained lockpicking, it takes so long to lockpick that, like, it's never effective to do. So, curious. Anyway, probably want to, I like bypassing security, turning things on. It's just like more levels after it. Okay, computers, lockpicking. How many points do I have left? Swimming faster sounds good. This way, in case I run into a river and don't want to like get murdered while I'm in it. And I don't care about healing. That sounds boring. I don't have enough for... This is armor suits, camo, and rebreathers. These points probably carry over, I imagine. I'll save them. What can I look like? Hi. Yeah, let's do this.
Your appointment to FEMA should be finalized within the week. I've already discussed the matter with the senator.
I take it he was agreeable?
He didn't really have a choice.
Has he been infected?
Oh yes, most certainly. When I mentioned that we could put him on the priority list for the ambrosia vaccine, he was so willing it was almost pathetic.
This plague, the rioting is intensifying to the point where we may not be able to contain it.
Why contain it? Let it spill over into the schools and churches. Let the bodies pile up in the streets. In the end, they'll beg us to save them.
I've received reports of armed attacks on shipments. There's not enough vaccine to go around, and the underclasses are starting to get desperate.
Of course they're desperate. They can smell their death, and the sound they'll make rattling their cage will serve as a warning to the rest.
I hope you're not underestimating the problem. The others may not go as quietly as you think. Intelligence indicates they're behind the problems in Paris.
A bunch of pretentious old men playing at running the world. But the world left them behind long ago. We are the future.
We have other problems.
UNATCO?
Formed by executive order after the terrorist strike on the statue. I have someone in place, though. I'm more concerned about Savage. He's relocated to Vandenberg.
Our biochem corpus is far in advance of theirs, as is our electronic sentience, and their ethical inflexibility has allowed us to make progress in areas they refuse to consider.
The augmentation project?
Among other things, but I must admit that I have been somewhat disappointed in the performance of the primary unit.
The secondary unit should be online soon. It's currently undergoing preparation and will be operational within 6 months. My people will continue to report on its progress. If necessary, the primary will be terminated.
We've had to endure much, you and I, but soon there will be order again. A new age. Aquinas spoke of the mythical city on the hill. Soon, that city will be a reality, and we will be crowned its kings. Not better than kings. Gods.
All right. Okay.
Heads up, JC. Your brother Paul is on his way to meet you at the dock. The NSF is raiding the island and shots have been fired. I repeat, find Paul. I will monitor your situation from HQ.
It's funny how, like, you're just looking at the modern Deus Ex, the intro scene is super, like, whoa.
I thought you were in Hong
Vague,
Kong.
mysterious. It's like
Welcome
the
to the
tropes are like
coalition, JC.
all the bad guys
I might as well
talking
start
there.
using your code name. Think I'd miss my brother's
Conspiracy
first day?
voices
Didn't
and
think you'd have a choice. What's going on? The NSF. They hit one of our shipments. A few of them got away, but we trapped the rest in the statue. What are we waiting for? Looks like a textbook assault. The NSF took one of our agents hostage. The bots are holding the perimeter, but my orders are to hold back and send you in alone. I think someone high up wants to see how you handle the situation. All I've got with me is a pistol and an electric prod. I don't mind a test, but UNATCO better issue some hardware. Remember that we're police. Stick with the prod. It'll stun your opponents or knock them unconscious. A non-lethal takedown is always the most silent way to eliminate resistance. Just in case, though, Manderley wants you to pick an additional weapon. A sniper rifle, a GEP gun, or a mini crossbow.
Okay.
I like to pick him off from a distance.
I like shooting
I'll take the
things.
rifle. This isn't a training exercise, JC. Your targets will be human beings. Keep that in mind. I get the idea. What's the first move? I'm going to give you a map of the island. If you can get to the North Dock, a UNATCO informant will give you a key to the statue doors. He responds to the code phrase, iron and copper. You could avoid a lot of fighting, though, if you found a back way to the statue. I'll see how it looks on shore. Your primary objective is the makeshift command center the terrorists have installed at the top of the statue. But don't forget about Agent Herman. We think he's being held on the ground floor. What are my orders when I reach the command center? Interrogate the leader. We don't yet know why the terrorists would risk an open assault.
Yeah, what I was saying, like, you know, everyone talks in their conspiracy voices. You know they're probably evil because they're not saying anything in specific, but in this game, he's just like, BT dubs, we're evil. Which is, oh, something's wrong with my mouse. Which is fine. It's just different. Just noting differences. I have a tendency to just say things, not necessarily mean a hell of a lot by them. It's just kind of my way of figuring out what I'm thinking and what's going on.
NSF everywhere, JC. Your orders are to shoot on sight. A UNATCO informant on the North Dock can get you inside the statue. Look for a bum. Identify yourself with the phrase, iron and copper.
Okay. This, oh. They're literally right there. Okay, wow. We've got a friendly bot thing right over here. I guess we snuck onto the dock. Okay, just piecing together what the background here is. Crouches hold, not toggle. So I'm supposed to go to the find a bum. So it gave me an image, which is interesting. Oh, how do I inventory? Inventory? Image. Maybe it's my log. Logs. You found a crowbar. Oh, images. Oh, no. Liberty Island photo. So I'm on the South Dock. See, there's no indicator of where I am on the map, which I think is kind of typical. I played a little bit of Thief, and I kind of remember that as well, and I think it's interesting. especially like an image that doesn't like line up super nicely with like the actual game map. Like this is like clearly looks like an aerial photo, not like a picture meant for like navigation, which is interesting. Interesting. Anyway, photo. Where do I have this photo? Goals and notes? The NFC seems to be directing an attack from the statue. Get inside and locate the threat. Meet UNATCO informant Harley Fibbin on the North Docks. He has the key to the statue doors. One of UNATCO's customers to be inside the statue. Break him out and he'll back you up against the NF. Doesn't even matter. Okay. I want to see what this picture looks like. I think it's cool that you get a picture. Oh, I can see all the conversation logs. Would have been helpful in the tutorial. I mean, I had it. I mean, helpful as in would have been helpful if I knew that, because I would have, yeah. Anyway, UNATCO personnel only. Oh, there's some crates. Got items now. Okay. Don't pick up things when you walk over them. Got it. Ammo. Right click to put things away. Alright. Let's see what the deal here is. Oh. What? Was that body there before? Someone said I think we have an intruder. Oh.
If you want to make a covert approach, remember the Academy stealth course. Stay out of their field of view, walk slowly to stay quiet, and crouch behind cover. Or if you have to get your hands dirty, remember that a headshot is a lethal takedown.
Okay. I have a problem in stealth games where I assume that the person's not gonna like turn the way that would be super inconvenient for me. Like, I'll just stand there watching something terrible about to happen, because part of me believes that they're not gonna, or hopes they're not gonna turn that way, and then it happens. Dead bodies. This is our people. TNT, which was useful to me before against robots. I'm gonna try to not kill anyone. So my brother said, "Hey, we're police. We probably shouldn't murder anyone," which is correct, legally. My character kind of seemed like, just from dialogue I couldn't pick, my character's stick seems to be a certain overconfidence. Oh. So I'm going around. So this is the my character's initial glimpses that I've gotten of him, he seems to be very much how do I describe this? Like not a dirty hairy type, like a dirty hairy type who didn't have any experience. Like, it's a naive kind of bravado, not like a bravado like, you know, these rules are dumb, they're getting in my way. It's like, I've literally never had any missions before and I already think the rules are dumb. So you see people just kind of standing there. So there's some keys. There's some keys that a person can get to me. Let's see what the deal with that is. That was on the... What are the shortcuts? F2 is goals. I don't know what the other ones are yet. Skills, OGs, health, goals. What am I doing? Right. Images. Oh, I can add notes. Add. Oh, what? What? Can I move it? How do I... Wow. This is something you're not going to see. This is sort of like... It's interesting that in a lot of older games, they just threw a lot of stuff in. And I'm curious how many people use this. I'm not saying that no one used it and it was useless, but I'm just... It's a very methodical, detail-oriented way to play a game where you're putting all these notes on a map. At least that's what it indicates to me. If the designers like put that in, thinking people will use that, that's the way they anticipated. There's a thought when making it that is... Anyway, I kind of went up in this way, so I keep going around. I get to the other docks, but that's
the difference right there.
Oh.
Just take a look at him. Bad? They cut off his arm, replaced half his face.
Herman, right? He's a good soldier. Killed 3 of our men.
They'd have replaced his whole body if it would have improved performance. That's how you judge a man? By performance? Then eventually it's not about people, but upgrades, versions, functionality.
Okay.
All I know is we could use a few mechs for ops like this.
Soon as we buy into the cult of the machine, we're just like them.
Rhetoric. Always more rhetoric.
Yep. Pretty much. Which way are they facing? Facing away from me. See, I kind of like in some I have to go back, but I kind of remember the enemy banter when you like are stealthing around in like Deus Ex to usually be, even when the mooks were like part of an organization that was like not supposed to be like 100% evil, like people you meet in the beginning who are like they're kind of like these people. They're like terrorists who are fighting against a movement, technological movement that they think is detrimental to humanity, but like their banter tend to be very related to the combat that was going on. Like, where is he? Or, you know, I heard there's a guy snooping around, or let's murder all the Oggs. This feels like there are two people disagreeing with each other in like a calm tone. They weren't yelling at each other. You know, there's nothing crass about it. Which actually makes me not want to just murder them. You know what I mean? It's just two people talking. I mean, I'm sure they've probably done some horrible things as well. I mean, such as any cause demands. When you do it as these people have. And there's like sighs that these people are tired, which they would be if they're actually walking around. I like this. You're not half bad, Deus Ex. This guy coming around this way. Yeah, these people... What just happened? Alright, so the game crashed. And then I learned that it does not autosave in any ever. As far as I know, it doesn't autosave. I'm sure it autosaves at some points, but not any time during when I was playing it. So I just saved. I'm gonna try to breeze back to where I was with a little more knowledge of the map. Hopefully that will not take very long. I mean, I just kind of wandered around just as I was praising the game. That's one thing I do definitely like about games that have followed this. Autosaves, checkpoints. I don't see any possible draw to wanting autosaves to work as they have in the past. I can't imagine.
If you want to make a covert approach, remember the Academy stealth course. Stay out of their field of view, walk slowly to stay quiet, and crouch behind cover. Or if you have to get your hands dirty, remember that a headshot is a lethal takedown.
Yep. Yeah. Well, let's indulge it. What do we gain from having it work as it did? I mean, it forces me to stay on top of it, so it's another thing to manage. I guess the more things that you have to manage, I guess if there's an opportunity for you to lose all of your progress, but then you didn't because you kept on top of something, I mean, there might be some good feeling that comes from that. I'm not saying any of these ideas are good. I'm just thinking out loud, what possible gain can there be from this kind of system? Assuming it's not a roguelike, like assuming it's a game like this, it's a story game where you don't really want to do all the content again. I guess maybe if you think that the ability to save is too frequent, or the autosaves are too frequent, then it doesn't test you in terms of difficulty as much, because now you can't, like, if you get through a whole level, all that meant is like you're able to individually survive a bunch of segments, not survive the whole thing all at once. But in this thing, I think I can just save any time. So I don't know if that, it's actually easier to just like, I remember doing this in Half-Life. I got through Half-Life on hard just because I saved every 3 seconds. So it's not really fair to say I got through the whole game on hard. More like, after repeated tries, I was able to make it through a series of 4-second segments. Yeah. Certainly not super enthused. It makes you see everything again, which is interesting if you have a lot of little details. Because if you have to go through a map like 5 or 6 times, Matt Lee was actually talking about this a bit in his video on Bloodborne, which I never played. Just the fact that a lot of like the From Software games force you to go through the same area many times over and over again allows you to pick up on allows them to put very subtle details into areas. Because if there's a bunch of subtle details in a corridor that you just run and shoot through, you're never gonna notice them. But if you have to, but I mean, like, the fact that it's a stealth game, you gotta crawl carefully around, already accomplishes that. So I don't know. That's something to send in. So any comments you send to at 2bit Game Club about your thoughts on this game, we'll talk about it on the show. So if you have a really good idea, sometimes I talk really crap about a lot of features in these old games just because, I don't know, guess I'm a filthy millennial, don't have any patience for anything, etc. But I do really want to know, especially when someone really likes something I don't, I just really want to know, what's the draw? What's the appeal? I know sometimes it's hard to quantify, but that's fine. What is this? Some underground thing. Okay. What's the deal here? Haro? This already does feel a lot more open than any of the areas in Deus Ex. And Deus Ex had areas you go more than one way, but it felt very like designed because they're all like internal corridors. It was all in buildings. Did Deus Ex have anything outside of buildings? I mean, like, there's hub areas, but those weren't really missions. So it'd be multiple ways. There was sometimes there's multiple ways to get into a building, but this feels very open in a way that did not. Do I have any way of non-lethal taking anything down? Do I have any way of non-lethally taking anyone down? I have a charging prod. Where's that footsteps coming from? Oh shit. I don't want to kill anyone, but I mean, if I'm fired upon, that's how it is. And they have to do what they have to do, and I have to do what I have to do. It's modernity for you. this is not going to go well. Never mind. I don't know how this weapon works, so... I do like how distinct the footsteps are.
This power box must have been damaged in the raid. Don't cross through the arcs. I'm also picking up an EMP field here. If you're not careful, it'll suck away your bioelectrical energy.
So I need a multi-tool? Is that how this game works? Multi-tools do things. How do I turn on my light? I think the light button might be bound to something that does something in my recording software. So I'm a little afraid to... Oh, I think it's start video. So I think that's fine. We've already started the video. There we go. Alright. Multi-tool. Is there a convenient multi-tool nearby? Nope. Is there a convenient multi-tool nearby? Is there one? So there's a box. There's a box. There's a box. There's two boxes. I can probably move around. Run around a bit here. So maybe I can just jump over it. No. That's what saving's for. Encouraging me to experiment. Well, fuck. Oh, what's this? Oh! I set up turrets and cameras in the statue ruins. A hasty defense, but since we won't be here long, it should work. The security computer login is NSF001. This password is smash the state. Alright, so that should be recorded in my notes, I guess, now? I want to make sure, because if it's not, I have to actually write it down. But I was talking about the map earlier, and the whole map thing is, you know, I mean, it's certainly cool to, like, not... I mean, I turned off the map when I played Witcher 3. It doesn't seem like it's any higher. Does this cause it to... Yeah, it is a bit higher. Let's see if I can angle it just right. I'm gonna die. Totally gonna die. Alright. I turned off the map, and I enjoyed the game a lot more, but it was also... Navigation was very difficult. Because I kept having to... Like, it was cool in cities, because I would get the... fire extinguisher, interesting. I would get the, I got a knife now. I'd get the gist of, like, what the layout of a city was. And then just be able to navigate it just intuitively, which was cool. But when I was outside, I had to consult the map a lot, because there's just roads going everywhere. Which is fine, but, like, I think what it was lacking for that to work really well was what Firewatch has, which is a really easy way, electric cell, alright, to get the map out and, like, really view it. Because Firewatch, like, you could be holding the map while you're walking around. You could see it out of the corner of your eye, and you could just pull it up, put it down. And Firewatch showed you where you are on the map, but you can turn that off in the options, which I did. And I found it really fun, just orienteering. But there also wasn't a lot of other stuff I was juggling at the same time, which I will be in this game. What's this? Hazmat suit. Would that have been useful for the... So if I put it on, or is it just in my inventory? just in my inventory. Alright, so yeah, we'll see how it works out here. Especially because there's a lot about like figuring. I feel like there's going to be a lot in this about getting a gist of the map and where everything is, and coordinating a few pieces of data. So we'll see. But the map of this place is very simple. It's like there's a statue in the middle, there's dock on the either side, and the statue has some roots around it. So when the maps get more complicated, we'll see how it is. Because it said that the big thing in The Witcher was like, it's annoying to take out the map, and it's hard to like. It feels. So getting rid of the mini map in The Witcher 3, I did because it felt more immersive without it. So I found myself just like staring at the mini map when I was moving around instead of looking at the surroundings and being like, oh, there's a town over there. Where's the town? So it never taught me. Oh jeez, it never taught me to like. I think I need to run. It never taught me to like look at the world around me and figure out what's going on. Because if the world. Jesus. Because if the world is built like the real world, I should be able to apply some of my knowledge of the real world to navigating. Like if there's supposed to be a town, I'm gonna start to see buildings. You know, there's some like layout to the world that you can kind of like intuit if the world in the game is built the same way. But it never taught me to do that in that world because I could always look at the map or mini map, and pulling out the full map broke the immersion. Yeah, so it broke the immersion more because I had to pull up a whole like full screen menu that paused the game. Didn't really feel like orienteering, which Firewatch was like perfect for. Like, can I get anywhere here? Is anyone gonna notice this strange light? So yeah, something to keep in mind. Last time when I was playing Acros, I was taking notes about all these things while I was playing it, which will be a little more, oh, hello, difficult, because I'm just doing this now, so I gotta, maybe I'll listen to this afterward just to get these key points for me to remember, because so I'm curious about the map. How am I gonna feel about this map situation? I'm curious about notes and a lot of these things that like. Oh,
good thinking. You might be able to avoid some of the security by entering this way.
Alright, I was just following what I saw in front of me. So I'm curious about the map. I'm curious about a lot of like things that may be extraneous. You know what I mean? Like they're in there. Because one thing we learn over time making games is what's actually like useful and needed. It's like, are these notes that I can put on the map, which you wouldn't see in a new game? Is that something we've lost? Some deliberative gameplay that's been lost? Or was it just not actually that useful and it was put in because no one knew it was going to be useful? They were like, you're going to be wandering around this map, so you should have notes everywhere. I guess they've been somewhat replaced by the map already having markers on it. Like I was playing Mass Effect 3 last night, and yeah, the map was just covered in markers about where everyone was or what I needed to do. You tap down right stick, it just tells you what way to go. So if the notes kind of force you to do that, is that fun or does that just feel like a waste of time? Which obviously different people feel differently about. There's something fun, not fun. There's something gratifying about taking noise and making it into something meaningful. So in this game, this map is filled with noise. Like there's all these crates here, which I'm not going to record on my map. But there are things, like if I see an entrance down there, I want to come back to it. So I'm prioritizing information, I'm categorizing it, I'm laying it out in a way that is useful. There's something that feels very good about that. Taking noise, turning it into something clean and useful and organized and meaningful. So, will that be fun here? Will I not care? Different people feel... Oh, where's this person going? Okay. Let's focus on actually getting through this level. So I'm probably not going to record every segment of me playing it, because I'm probably going to have to play this game a lot, because I have to... The idea is I will get through it. I'm gonna beat the game for the podcast, because how lazy is it to like have a bunch of commentary on something when you haven't actually experienced the thing, you know what I mean? So probably won't record all of it, because that would probably be a lot. It takes work to record it, and I don't know if I would play faster or not when I'm not doing this, but yeah, I'll try to record the highlights. I mean, I'll be releasing them throughout the month, so if there is a segment where you're like, damn, I have to see this part, make sure to let us know, and I will make sure that part makes it in. I mean, I'm not going to know if there's like some super significant moment. Like, I have no idea anything about the plot of this game. I mean, it's like Cyberpunk, so I mean, I know, like, you know, certain things are going to come to pass. We're going to have questions about what's lost and gained, and there's going to be a lot of not just on principle what humanity is, but there's going to be a lot of connections to like the economic and the sides of it. You know, like the more stuff you put inside you, the more that is mechanical. Someone has to be making that, someone has to be maintaining that. How does that intersect with class? I mean, there's already like a whole like proletariat versus us kind of deal established in that opening cutscene. Where is this guy? So, but yeah, specifically, I'm not going to know too much about the plot. So, I might miss like the climax of the game, not getting into a let's play, because I just didn't know. Didn't know what was going to happen. Oh, hello. Sorry. Don't mind me. Oh, Jesus. Hello? Oh. So I don't like having to do uncrouch to save. Okay, so I've snuck into... Let me make sense of what I've done. So I haven't actually had a plan. I was going to go to the North Docks, but I just saw a ladder while I was hiding. So I'm curious. I guess I'm making my way up. It's unclear to me, though, whether or not... The guy contacted me and said, good work, it'll be less detectable this way, but... Is the door here going to just be locked? Like, I don't know. I didn't go to the North Dock and get a key. Maybe the key was for the front door? My brother seemed to think that getting the key was not, like, the sneaky way to go. So, oh, what's this? Oh. Ooh. I learned that in the murder pit the agents put me into. I actually did more damage to myself by using those lambs than by having them used against me. Another big difference, which I'm sure will provoke some interesting discussion, is stealth. So this game is entirely in third person so far, it seems, except for dialogue. Whereas in the new Deus Ex, when you can go into cover.
Find the shipment?
Oh, what's this?
Yeah, we got the whole supply. You can see the ship's lights crossing the bay.
Guess y'all were right. So why aren't we pulling out?
Mike's on the horn. Jojo wants a lead on the distribution network.
Yeah, we don't have enough men to protect what we've got.
That's what Jojo wants.
I wonder, how does a guy with a tattooed forehead get to be an NSF colonel? Pardon me, but back in Alabama, we wouldn't let a man who wears earrings plan a military operation.
I'd watch what I say about Jojo. He's got a temper.
He's a punk and he's gonna get us all killed.
The NSF is strong because it represents everyone's interests.
Yeah, the mooks talking, definitely, they all feel like people with, like, normal people stuff, in addition to whatever they're
These
doing.
UNATCO guys are like machines. They don't know what they are.
Okay, so where am I actually trying to go? Let me save. Let me just save. Is there a quick save? I should probably be doing that. Let's figure that out right now. Probably I'm not gonna figure it out right now. Are they guarding an entrance? They're just standing. Like, I'm at the top of this statue. I'm not gonna be able to stun both of them. If I didn't do stealth, I would never be able to listen to any of this stuff, which would be sad. Stealth. So if you go stealthy, which the approach suggests a empathy for the people because you don't want to murder them. There's empathy in some way, even if you believe they're bad news. So if you take that empathetic approach, you get more fuel for that empathy because you hear all these conversations. If you shoot everyone in the head, you will never know the difference. You'll just think of them as game enemies. So you actually won't feel bad about shooting them. At least from this simple feedback loop. There's probably other stuff going on. Maybe someone will make you feel bad. I don't know when the new Deus Ex, when they're announced and coming out sometime. Not Human Revolution. That was the name of the. I don't even remember now. But let me figure out what my objectives are. They're kind of showing off that, like, you know, if you go through a guy's base murdering all his friends, he's what am I looking for? Yeah, here. What am I trying to get? Get inside and locate the threat. I don't know where the threat is. I've got an agent being stored in here. But, yeah, if you shoot all his friends getting to him, he's less inclined to be diplomatic with you because he just murdered everyone in his organization. Which makes sense. And, curious if this game will be, oh. You know what, I'm gonna not do the stupid thing I always do, and I'm gonna actually pull back instead of just praying. Oh shit, where is it? You supposed to go unconscious, dude? Uh-oh. Is he about to raise an alarm? Well, tits. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, that's life. Why didn't he fall unconscious? This is unclear to me. Is this thing gonna keep shooting me? Well, they know something's up. How will they react, though? Guess it's a security camera? Oh. Okay, so... that's not the way to go. Going that way led me back outside. Does the alarm turn off after a while? I mean, if they're actually, you know, real people concerned with their real lives. Oh. Can I get underneath that camera? What would I do when I get underneath there? I have a fire extinguisher. I'm unsure what that gets me. That seems like the kind of thing you'd shoot at a camera. Can this take a camera? Camera. Bypass strength. 1 tool. Don't have any tools. I think I don't have any tools. I have a hazmat suit. What is this? Weapon modification. Weapon modification, laser, bioelectric cell. What does this do? Okay, storage device, hazmat suit, gas grenade. Okay, what if I shoot it? I haven't killed anyone yet, so it's at least one thing down. Well, I'm gonna save. Not because if it does something bad. I'm gonna try not to save scum, because I mean the whole point of these like feedbacks, consequence that like supposed to make the game interesting, but like just in case I die. I mean, if you die, you have to. Alright, well, use that ammo. I mean, I guess I could just. What are the chances there's a tool in this box? Well, there's a lockpick. I just think I'll just wait for it to turn the other way and just get in there. Well, tits.
Thought I saw someone. A guy in a coat.
I think Gunther is being held behind this laser-triggered alarm. If you don't want to set off the alarm, you can either hack the control panel in the doorway or find a way around. My blueprint of the statue shows a few air shafts.
Interesting. So it's interesting that, like, they don't shoot you. Oh!
30 credits says I ping.
Well, you open fire.
Never killed a bat before.
Oh, this one stabbed me from behind? There's just that one guy. Alright. Interesting that they don't shoot you first. Because when he first saw me, I was like, oh shit, I gotta shoot him. And I kind of got ready to take out a weapon, but they actually don't get hostile immediately. Which, makes me... Good thing I learned about the save problem earlier. Otherwise we'd be in a really bad time right now. Alright. Yeah, they don't shoot you right away. Which makes me feel bad more about shooting them. Because they're not just... They don't just behave like typical enemies. I think in the new Deus Ex they do just start shooting you immediately. They've all got like combat armor on. These people seem a bit more people-y. More people-y.
Is someone there?
Nope. Okay, well. I need a tool, a multi-tool. Without it, I don't have a hell of a lot of options.
30 credits says I get it. Ping.
Please.
Careful. These UNATCO guys got all the tricks.
Oh, there's actually a bot out here. I don't think I've been to this spot before.
Stay cool. The guy's still around.
Wow, it's the exact opposite of how Skyrim NPCs act.
I think we're safe.
Oh, never mind. There you go. There you go. So, I think about how stealth NPCs act in these kind of games. Like, the whole, like, they have a timer, and when the timer goes up, they were like, well, whatever. And it feels very unrealistic. But how would one act in real life? Let us imagine we are an NSF terrorist. You see a well-equipped government agent who's probably more combat proficient than you. Lurking around, and then he's gone. Then he's gone. What do you do? I mean, they signal the alarm first, which makes sense, because they want to make, because they know you're the kind of sneaky black ops, special ops motherfucker who's gonna, like, you know, murder them in moments. So they set off the alarm first at their organization. They put their organization first. So that makes sense. They grab the alarm, then everyone knows, then they're gonna go after you to protect themselves and their organization. And they don't see you. You're gone. What is the correct move? Well, they're gonna look, try to search everywhere. And then what happens when they don't find you? They'll probably assume you're still in the area because you're on a mission. Oh, these passed the laser grid. Okay. So they probably assume you went somewhere else in the building. I guess they would have to stop looking for you after a while. Not stop looking for you, but go back to, like, doing what they're normally doing and assuming you went somewhere else. But they'd still be nervous. You know what I mean? These people aren't nervous. They're just kind of walking casually. But any kind of anxious state can't last forever because it's tiring. I don't know. Just thinking out loud. Just thinking out loud and saving incessantly. Couldn't stay nervous forever. This guy's gonna come around. I have to do something about these people because I can't get into this laser grid without... What did that person say to me? I have records of conversations, right? What does that say to me? Conversations. Oh, I actually get to see the little banters. The most recent one isn't. The most recent one isn't here. Oh, my orders are actually to shoot on sight. So what my brother is telling me is not the same as the values of the organization I work for. You found a whatever. Okay, so there's no record of that. Oh, maybe in this playthrough I didn't walk past it. Because he said it while I was running around. Where did this guy go? I guess I'll just follow around behind him. Because I kind of know he just kind of walks in the... down to 40. There's someone up there, though. I don't know if they don't see me. I hope. Shh. Shh. Sneak. Lockpick. Oh, fuck. They give you a lot of leeway. There's no way a real guard would have missed that. I've set up the turrets and cameras. Okay, whatever. Should be good here from both angles. Oh, it's a crowbar. I had a crowbar in the first run, and then when I made a new game, I did not have a crowbar. It's another map. Alright, so there's a laser security grid. Well, lasers have to come from somewhere. I'll wait for the person who comes back here to pass before I start poking around too much in there. Something has to project it. I don't have anything to hack though. I don't have a multi-tool. I don't know where to get one. I could just run through. What did the data cube actually say was in here? What is this? What does this say? Can I read it from here? I've set up turrets and cameras in the statue ruins. Security computer login is... Oh, I've already read this. Smash the state. Didn't see a security computer anywhere. Is that coming? Oh. What's that noise? It sounds like running? No, just two people walking at once, I guess. It's secure. Okay, well, I have to save my friend.
Someone there?
Nope.
Fascist.
Gunther's in that room, one of our top agents.
Careful. These units.
I'm out of ammo.
This one's a goner.
So we learned that shooting is hard. We learned that shooting is hard. So everyone comes running. I don't have a multi-tool. No. Oh. I don't know why I think this is going to do anything.
Take him out. They found. I got this one. We're busted.
Don't shoot me from behind. Never killed a cop before. Interesting. Alright, so this is a no-go. So I cannot save my friend. Because I don't have any multi-tools. Is there like a place that one would expect to find a multi-tool? I don't want to get too hung up on just going through the same spot over and over again and failing.
The NSF put a commercial-grade security bot in this area. You can either avoid its patrol route, or, if you're feeling lucky, try and take it out with the EMP grenades or explosives. I wouldn't recommend taking it on with small arms.
Fair point. So I don't have a... Where is the security computer? I don't know. I just want to be able to do something. I feel like I haven't been given the opportunity to... Because you didn't need any... You didn't need any resources. And you don't need a lot of resources. I guess in like Oblivion, Skyrim, you need lockpicks. There's that. But lockpicks are like you've got them. Like you're not running out of those things. And you know to get them. In this, I just feel like I haven't had the opportunity to have a multi-tool. And I have been presented with multiple situations where I have really wanted to use one. This is frustrating. There's nothing down there. Nothing down there. Okay, I guess I just have to go somewhere else. That guy's doing his thing. Oh, there's something over there. Is that nothing or is that something? Let's follow this dude. Is that a computer? I know what I want to do. Just to do it. I forget what I leveled up in. I think I picked different things by accident when I did this after the game crash, but I think I put levels into as a water fountain. Is this an ATM? Okay, a water fountain. So that gave me exactly nothing. How do I get deeper in? I think this is the entrance. So I've kind of gone. I got in the back at the top. Okay, I can't rescue this guy. Sorry. So I actually. Oh. I actually have screwed myself over a bit. Because I think I was in the right area. And then I got to be in the wrong area. In there. It's secure. It's secure. What am I... just trying to think of, like... do I have any other available tools? Lockpicks? Lambs? I could just murder everyone. Like, just... the weapons, charging thingy. I think I have no ammo for that. Gas grenade, lockpick. Medkit. This is the kind of game where I'm gonna want to like realize like I kind of fucked myself and go. I don't like that noise. Go back. Like load a older save. I'm definitely not gonna save over the same save slot more than once. I'm gonna try to use this fire extinguisher though. I don't know what to do with it.
Something moved. Could be the law.
What am I holding right now? Wow. It's locked. Can these computers do anything?
Stay cool. The guy's still around.
Yep, I am still around.
Filters in that one of our top agents.
Am I dying right now? Am I dead? I don't know. I don't want to kill everyone. Oh, that's me. This is kind of funny. Oh, and I can... this is fun. Help! Alright, interesting. Alright, I don't know how long I've been going, so I'll do a quick break here.